Be on the lookout for American white pelicans if you visit a wetland area now in the latter part of April. These American white pelicans look a lot like a trumpeter swan as far as the size goes. They're similar in size, but of course the American white pelican has that very distinctive, huge yellow to orange bill in the springtime. They would also have black wingtips, and the trumpeter swans would not. These American white pelicans wintered along the Gulf of Mexico and are on their way north for the breeding season. They probably will nest on an island on an isolated lake in northern North Dakota, but they could go all the way up into Canada. These birds we're looking at right here are breeding adults. They have the horn on the top of their bill. Non-breeding birds will not develop that horn, and you can see non-breeding pelicans all summer long here in the driftless region, but the breeding birds, they're the ones that head north. But and it's kind of fun to watch these white pelicans. There was a flock of about 30 of them. These are just a pair, but they work together to catch fish. So they'll kind of form a circle and corral, in this case, bullheads, and then just kind of come in and work together to fill their bills with bullheads. So hopefully you will see some white pelicans this spring. Pied-billed grebes are back here in northeast Iowa for another nesting season. These cute little birds spent the winter in states south of Iowa, probably pretty close to the Gulf Coast, but they're back now, and they actually nest here at Cardinal Marsh, where I found this little pied-billed grebe here. Notice the black ring around its whitish bill right there. That's one of the clues to their identification. But these pied-billed grebes will nest in some of the thicker vegetation in the marsh, where they'll kind of pull some dead cattail stalks together, pile them up into a nest right out over the water, and that's where they'll lay their eggs. So these little pied-billed grebes will nest on wetlands where they can find plenty of food to eat. That may be minnows, could be dragonfly larvae, tadpoles, crayfish. They're not too fussy about their food, and it's kind of fun. These pied-billed grebes, if you see them and they see you, sometimes they'll just dive down like a submarine, and then they'll just poke their head out of the water to check around to see if you're gone. But watch for these little they're not very big. They're actually smaller than a football. But watch for pied-billed grebes if you're visiting a wetland in the near future. American coots are back for another nesting year here at Cardinal Marsh. These American coots probably spent the winter in about the same place as those little pied-billed grebes, down in southern states fairly close to the Gulf of Mexico. And of course they're nesting now in the same place as the pied-billed grebe, so that's pretty cool. These American coots are bigger than a grebe. They kind of look like gray chickens swimming in the water. And of course they've got that white bill with a little red spot at the top there, and then the bright red eye. So these American coots, they could actually nest right alongside the pied-billed grebes, back in some dense vegetation, cattails usually, and they will pile dead cattail stalks together above the water line. So they build their nests pretty much the same way as those little grebes do. And so live in the same habitats. They don't eat quite the same thing. American coots are what we'd call more vegetarian. They're eating the duckweed, the coontail that's in the marsh, but they will also eat some animal matter, snails and tadpoles. They would and aquatic bugs, insects. They would certainly eat as well. So watch for these coots when they take off. They like to run across the water before they get airborne. So enjoy the show if you see some American coots this weekend.